Rather than separate its tech sector from its dirtiest operations and draw some line between civilian innovation and military or intelligence abuse, it's done the opposite. It is visibly using access to devices and supply chains as another lever in its war on Gaza. Allowing smartphones into a territory where children are dying for lack of medicine is not just morally obscene, it's professionally suicidal from the point of view of anyone who cares about Israel's tech credibility. It's the state telling the world that its technological assets are tools of occupation first and export products second. You can see the desperation and how tightly it's trying to control the narrative as well as the aid. Pro-government messaging leans heavily on claims that Hamas diverts supplies, that the UN is incompetent or biased, that any suffering in Gaza is essentially self-inflicted. But those talking points fall apart when your own border decisions are allowing luxury goods to flow while blocking hospital equipment. And they fall apart even further when independent outlets document smartphone shipments and link them to a pattern of surveillance technology in the region. You cannot plausibly argue that you are doing everything you can to ease civilian suffering while you are physically stopping medical aid at one crossing and waving phones through at another. So in that sense, what is happening now is not just another example of cruelty towards Palestinians, though it clearly is that. It is also a case study in how a state can set fire to its own strategic assets by refusing to accept any limits on what it is prepared to do in a war of control. Israel's tech sector earned its reputation on the promise of cutting-edge innovation that was clever, efficient, and crucially usable by anyone. That depended on a basic level of trust that the products being sold were what they claimed to be. The more the state leans on that sector to provide tools for covert sabotage or population-level surveillance, and the more it visibly uses flows of devices as a weapon of policy, the more that trust dissolves.